workbook, English Skills. I'll be showing you how they work together and what its role is in our Belt English system, as well as demonstrate a class. We've got lots to cover today, so please be patient with me. But I will finish at 12:30 so that you can go on with your schedule. Oops. All right, so today is ELT Skills. ELT Skills is name of our online learning platform. So our online learning platform where students will go on it to do their daily homework, that's called ELT Skills. So if you have any questions and concerns about our online learning platform, please, when you call our office, say, I have questions about ELT Skills. A lot of people get those acronyms mixed up, so let's get that straight. ELT Skills equals our online learning platform, and we have online learning platform available for each system, the primary course system as well as the secondary. And we see that here, the focus with the primary. And the leveling goes hand in hand with the primary level. Level 1, Top Stars Level 1, Smart Grammar Level 1, ELT Skills Level 1. Top Stars Level 5, Smart Grammar Level 5, ELT Skills Level 5. So the leveling goes hand in hand by across the primary program. The purpose, we believe, the reason why we have created the primary program system like this is because we believe that the benefit, there's a great benefit to the blended learning. It's supposed to supplement, support, reinforce, and consolidate the things that you're teaching in the classroom. And those things should, and we have seen great synergy in this, but what we want to focus here, and I want you to identify, is how our online learning platform, it's an expansion, not a repetition. So we're taking our students from the things that they learn in the course book, we're expanding again in grammar and again online. It's not a memorized pattern drill, but a real meaningful drill where your students are applying and practicing the target language. So there's a big difference in memorizing a pattern versus practicing and making it theirs. Okay, and so that is the true blended learning tools that and Belt English provide. And so how does this support, reinforce, and consolidate? So here are a few lessons from the course book, Top Stars. Our students are learning about I have. They have learned about I have with different body parts, but here our students are learning I have with some illness and different body parts. So we're giving them new situation on how I have are used. Then they go to the grammar book. We expand this grammar rule with showing them different pronouns, every pronouns of possible that you can use this target language. Then you come to online learning platform where again, our students are given a brand new situations where they're using the have and has, right? With pets, they're presenting their pets to their class. So it's not just a repetition pattern drill, but we want them to practice, right? Or 확장 or expand. And through this process, we want them to make it theirs, a language for them, ability. So let's look at primary online ELT skills at a glance. Here, the first, let's stick with here. The first two level targets the pre-A1 level. Level 3 and 4 targets the CFR A1, 5, 6, A2. And what you also notice that with ELT skills level 1, we have 8 English books because there are only 15 units. But for level 2 and 3, you have 18 units on the platform, so you have 9 books whereas the other 4, 5, 6, because they're 15 units, you have 8 books. What this also means is that you'll finish within 8 months. But we have given you, the readers, some activities, not some, we have given you 6 weeks of activities, work you can do with 2 readers that are on the platform. So you could go up to 9 months for these 4, 5, 6, and level 1. Okay. Now, each student for each level, they'll be given, these are the things that your students will be working with. An activity book that has a student login ID and password, English student guide, and 1 story book, but you have 2 online, and a self-study online homework workbook called English Skills. And so for the primary, you have 6 levels, as you see here, and each level has 15 to 18 units, and each unit has 2 lessons, and each lesson takes 1 week because our students are doing it at home. So in essence, you have 4 lessons in English skills, and that's why this is 1 per month, right? I hope I was able to show you that logic. Next page. So let me recap on the components, the books and materials that your student, you and yourself will be working with. So your student will have an activity book. It has a student's login ID and password. It has 1 reading book. They need it to solve the last 2 online activities, which are activities J and K, and they have this 1 activity book for the entire level. And your student will also have the English skills, which is the online workbook. It has the instructions for their daily homework, and it's 1 book per month. Yeah, activity book, 1 per level, 1 per month. And for you teachers, you have the teaching lesson teaching guide with answers, answer key to the online activities, as well as answer key to the workbook, as well as how to teach this class, how you're going to present and wrap up. And as well as you have the LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System, or 학생 관리 page, and a manual that shows how to use the various functions within the platform. We have another level of management or authority in this LMS. That is the supervisor. Supervisors' accounts are managed by the director or managers, and we will be giving you your school code, login ID, password, as well as LMS and LMS manual for the supervisor, specifically because supervisors have different functions on top of the teacher's functions. So we have those 3 levels of authority within the platform. And so let me now take you to what your students will be going through throughout the week and within this ELT skills. So here's an example of English skills. As I mentioned here, English skills is a self-study online workbook. As soon as your student opens this this workbook, the English skills, the first thing they will see is the 학습 guide, the things that your student, they must do online every day. On day 1, which equates to Monday night, they're to do P1, P2 activities ABC. Day 2, they're going to watch P3, listen to the grammar, and solve online activities DEF. Day 3, P4 activities GHI. Day 4, they're going to do role play and online activities J and K right here. And after doing each day's work, they're going to circle in the self-study planner saying that they have done those things. They have listened to it 3 times. They have solved activities A, B, C. And the parents can sign off, or you can sign off or give them a sticker that you can purchase from our website. So your students are given this instructions on things that they would do at home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. And so let me take a look. Let's take a closer look at it. So after going online, watching P1 presentation 1 3 times and watching presentation 2 3 times and solving activities A, B, C and circling these things, then your student will open to day 1 and do writing activities. So they're going to go on the platform, do these things, and do the writing. Then then your students will go to day 2. On day 2, they're going to be focusing on a grammar, solve activities D, E, F, mark that they have done the work, and work on the grammar activities that we have, writing activities. Then day 3, P4, mark off the study planner and the comprehension activities that we have, writing activities that we have for them. We have given an example on how to fill in the blank and have them write. Then day 4, it's the application day. They do things online here, mark on their study planner, and we have given them this table to brainstorm, write keywords down here, and then turn it into a writing, right? So this is what your students will be doing Monday through Thursday evening, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. And depending on the level, your students will be doing different activities throughout the week, or the activities for each day varies a little. So this is for level 1 and 2, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. It's a matter of fill in the blank. We have given them some Korean cues, table to fill out. The example I've shown you was level 3, day 1, work on the vocabulary, day 2, dictation and grammar. Anytime they're presented with new grammar, we have some grammar drilling activities. And then with day 3, we want to check their comprehension. How well are they able to use these vocabulary words and target grammar when we're given this controlled practice? And day 4, it's a writing practice or application day where we will give them certain situation, and we want to see how students are able to turn in the situation we've given, put these words and all the structures, grammar and vocabulary words that they have learned, are they able to bring it together and use the appropriate structure and words in this writing, right? And so this is the expectation of level 3. And when you get to level 4, our students will be focusing on the vocabulary words as well as the irregular verbs. And when they get to day 2, we're checking comprehension as well as develop on grammar. Then when they get to day 3, we are going straight to this reading, finding out this main ideas, doing activities to prepare them for day 4 writing activity. So we're brainstorming on day 3 and just have them purely focus on writing on day 4. And so basically from level 4, 5, 6, our students are building like essay writing skills. We're scaffolding and learning how to brainstorm for it, how to write it, and that will become like a skill that our student will be developing for level 4, 5, 6 through English Skills Workbook. Now, students are doing this throughout the week, but you as a teacher, you have to show them what they must do on the platform and how the things that they have done Monday through Thursday, how that will affect your class on Friday. So you want to show them those things. So let me now show you from your perspective. So throughout the week, this is the weekly schedule which we recommend. Monday, preview the online learning platform in class so that student can do the online work throughout the week. And every Friday, you're going to review the work, like day 4 homework, in the classroom. And so because student has this study guide and planner, and day 4 there's that writing activity, we want on Monday you're going to preview these things. I've circled in red showing how presentation 1, you cover, the teacher's guide tells you when to cover these things. In essence, where you're showing your student how to utilize the platform through your teaching on Monday, as well as you're going to be checking the comprehension, how well students are able to understand the context, as well as recycle the target language they have learned. And you're going to teach them, expand on the grammar with, here's a specific instruction, things that we would like for you to make sure your student will understand, and then solve the activities. Spend time doing online activities as well. And so on Monday, when you're previewing, you're previewing so that your student can do the self-study at home by themselves. So these instructions have been given and in a teacher's guide. And then your student, again, they will be doing, after Monday's class, they'll be doing the online homework. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you move on to the course book, grammar book, where you'll be teaching new target language. And of course, there's assessment. Then you come on Friday as a wrap-up day. You'll be covering or checking, doing the vocabulary test, as well as dictation dictation test. And then you'll be checking their ELT Skills day 1, 2, 3, 4 homework. We have given you an idea that check day 1, 2, 3 throughout the week, and so that you will only do the day 4 on Friday class, because that will take quite a bit of time. And with this writing activity, then you're going to do in-class activity, in-class exercise, right? Based on or through this writing. So at lower level, you're given this game-like activity instructions, where the things that they have written, you're going to use that to play games, because that's pre-A1 level. But from level 3, second half of level 3, your students will be presenting this writing that they have done. And so you're going to spend this time having students read each other's writing, correct it. You will look over and correct, and have students memorize and present and video. Or you can do some in-class activity, expand with the in-class activity, game-like activity that you can, ideas that you have gained from course book. After doing this, then you will wrap up. Again, you're going to review the entire week and highlight the correct target language, make any corrections, give them homework with the errors that they have, mistakes that they have made in vocabulary or dictation tests. So now you have the freedom to decide additional homework you want to give or not, or you're going to spend the time doing games from the course book, IWB. Within the wrap-up day teaching guide instruction, we have also added this instructions for their homework. We understand day 4 homework may be a challenge for your students, day 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we have given these additional instructions to break it down and help students understand that what is it that we want, and how, because this is writing, sometimes it can be confusing on where to put our focus, because when you correct writing, it ends up being instead of your student, right? And so we have given you this idea, a guideline on what to focus on the writing. And so please look over the teaching guide instruction. Now, here are some functions. I've given you these slides, so you can look over yourself and to look at various functions on our platform, but I'll be showing you by going into the platform. But you will have this, you can have I'll be sending you the PPT file later. Now there is a way to manage, go through the LMS, there's different way to manage your students and their progress. And so these slides will show you the different management functions. Oops. And so now I'm going to actually go into the platform and show you the ELT skills. Ooh. And so that we can take a look at it together from students' perspective as well as teachers' perspective. So first thing you'll do is go to eltskills.com. Now teachers, many of you should know by now, we use Google Chrome. Please do not open anything else like Internet Explorer because it will not work. First login, let me log in as a student. Okay, log in as a student. Students will have the 6-digit number. As you see here, if your student gets this kind of message, if your student ever tells you, teacher, I can't log in, please check the message. Each ID student, once you register them, they can use it for 1 year. And so if it says that it's been expired, that's because it's been over a year since the registration date. And so student can't log in. And so you want to, Hannah, can you give me student ID and password? So you want to go through, find an ID that will work. Sorry, let me do this again. Let me find why is this not working? So log in with the student ID so that you can, the browser is really slow today. Okay. Now I've logged in with the teacher's account, teacher's ID and password. My apologies, let me start that over. I'll start with the supervisors so that we can take a look from that function down to the student. So supervisor or managers have this, their ID will start with an S, where teacher starts with a T and student, they only have the digit. Now, supervisor can create new classes and assign teachers to the class. Supervisors can also create new teacher's account and assign classes to the teacher. And those are the two main functions of the supervisor, and supervisors can also access the teacher's account. Every teacher is in the academy. And so they simply click on teacher's ID and or name, and they'll be taken to the teacher's account. Now, let me show you the teacher's account. As I mentioned, teacher's account starts with, ID starts with a T. You should have, each teacher should have your own independent login, or else one will be booted out. So please do not share your teachers an ID and password. By the way, teachers, we had cases where teachers had their ID lying around the table and student has seen it. They've logged in as a teacher and done something funny, and we had to create entirely new class and everything. And so please keep your information to yourself. All right, so now this is the teacher's account. Here in this account, you can see all the classes that this teacher managed and the students within the class. Now, hopefully you'll never have this many students in a class. All right, you have the ability to view student's account by just clicking on student's ID, and it will take you to the student's page in a teacher's mode. Teachers, you also have this ability, authority and ability, all right, to suspend or stop student's account. So you go to the students tab, check this box right here. There's this function or category called suspended right here. and you check the box. Immediately upon checking this box, your student will have their access will be blocked. So when they try to log in, they will say your account has been suspended. Please contact your teacher. And so if by accidentally you suspend the wrong student, you just simply uncheck the box and immediately your student will have the access to their online learning platform. Okay. Now your student will be sending unlock requests. I'll be telling you more about this. After I show you student's account, you have the answer keys to all your online activities here. By the way, teachers, this platform server is in Europe with our headquarters. So occasionally you'll have a little slow speed connection, but do wait a minute and it will load by that time. And so here you can see the answer for this specific activity, online activity. So you have the answer keys to activity here. You can access various report data from what your student has done online. I'll be coming back to this after showing student's account. So now let's now go to check out student's account. Oops. So let's log in. They will first see the school, your academy's name. Now this is the student account. Earlier, when I came to this student's account from teachers, there was a red bar above this level 3 all the way across saying teacher's mode, right? That's the main difference. And so your student will go to, they'll be given, or you will show them that they'll go to practice section right here, select the unit, lesson, unit, and the lesson your student will need to do. Watch presentation 1 or do presentation 1, watch presentation 2 or P2, presentation 3, P3, presentation 4, P4, do the grammar, check the glossary, solve any online activities that you think that your student may struggle with, right? And submit the answer. Show them that for activities J and K, they need that activity book to solve these two, because with just looking at it, you don't know what to choose. They must read a passage from the activity book in order to solve activities J and K, right? So let me show you this PPT page one more time. Right here. So let me make it a little bigger. Day 1, your student are to do presentation 1, find the vocabulary words, then P2, watch the video 3 times and do activities A, B, C. This is their instruction, right? Then the student will go to presentation 1, find the vocabulary words and listen to it.
Make cake.
Friends, what was it? Make a cake.
Cook.
So now, students will, after doing this, clicking on vocabulary words, saying it out loud 3 times, they will circle that study planner. Then they'll watch the video. They'll watch the video 3 times. Circle the study planner. Then do activities A, where it's a listening question. They have to listen.
Alice, come here, please.
Drag and drop. and they submit the answer. When they submit an answer without finishing, they're going to get this message. Are you sure you want to continue? No, because they want to finish. Let's say we have, so these are the things you want to show them on Monday, how to do different activities. Oh, oops, wrong button. And friends, after doing this, you want to click this button to submit an answer. It will tell you you have 5 mistakes. Do you want to make changes? And say yes. Okay, what is it? You try to switch it like this and submit it. It tells you how many we got correct or wrong. And so, friends, if you get less than 100%, you have to send this unlock request. Yes, right? You want to show them. Okay. Then, but if you get 100% on your first try, so this is a reading comprehension. What is Alice doing? She was tidying her room. A student can play the presentation too one more time, just the audio part here.
Alice, come here, please.
Right, and choose and submit an answer. If they get it correct, they don't have to do it again, ever. And so you want to encourage students to do this, think it a little before submitting an answer. And so this is from students' perspective. Now, let me go out and show you, going back to the teachers. This is how you would teach on Monday before actually demonstrate a class. Let me show you how to get there. Log in as a teacher, log into your teacher's account, select any student in that class, student ID, and will take you to the student's page. Now remember, you're in the teacher's mode. So anything you do while in teacher's mode, nothing gets saved. You will see why. And so you click on the practice. Friends, do you remember what lesson we are on today? It's 5A. That's right. Let's go to 5A. Okay, it's presentation 1. Now, remember how your preview day, the purpose of preview day is to teach, recycle, and show the different functions on the platform and remind students what they need to do from Monday through Thursday with their English skills book. But you're going to do this in like a kind of like a regular lesson. Instead of here, you click this 3 times, click, click, click. Right? That's kind of monotonous and boring. So this is how I would do. Friends, let's look at this picture. I'll kind of prepare different images or flashcards from top stars and show it to students. Friends, look at these people. What are they doing? And students said they're skiing. Then I'll skiing, or they're skiing. Good. Okay. How about this picture? Is he skiing as what? Is this person, is he skiing as well? Then your students say, no, he isn't. He is snowboarding. Good. So you're recycling or reviewing the target language this way. By the way, the reason why I'm able to do this with a student like this is because they have learned this target language, present continuous or progressive, about a week or 2 ago with course book and grammar book. Right? This is why I'm able to ask those questions. It's not completely brand new. So friends, now look at this picture. Who is she? Who is this lady? You should know by now. Then your student will say, mom or mother. Oh, is she your mother? Or whose mother? Whose mom? Then your student will say, what? What would your student say? Whose mother? Right, let's do this like a real class. You're my students for today, and I'll be just demonstrating a lesson. So can you I will ask you to unmute yourselves. How do I do this? Pardon?
Alice's.
Right. Okay, good. Can you say she?
She is Alice's mother.
Wow, good job. Exactly. She is Alice's mother. Okay, and encourage students to speak in complete sentences. Okay, friends, she's Alice's mother. That's right. What is she doing?
She is making a cake.
Perfect. Thank you. So hopefully your student will say she's making a cake. But if waiting after 5 seconds, if none of your student will respond to you, then you want to have them listen, click and listen.
Make a cake.
And re-ask the question, friends. So what is Alice's mother doing? She is making a cake. Is the response you want your student to say. Or if you're working with students who's having a bad day and none of them wants to reply, then you can have them listen and
Cook.
repeat. What is it, friends? Cook. Let's say it one more time.
Cook.
Cook. And just go over the vocabulary words. Occasionally, you'll come across words like this.
Tidy my room.
I don't know if you have any British teachers here. From someone from the British accent.
Yep, I am.
Countries. Okay, so tidy my room. We don't say that in English, right? Not English, American English. We say clean my room or clean the room. And so tidy my room, your student may not be familiar with it. And so you go to the glossary. You say, friends, let's look for the word tidy. So you can type it out. You can search T-I-I-I. Where is it? Tidy. Okay. We're friends. Let's listen to the word.
Tidy.
What is it? Tidy. Let's look at this picture. The boy. All right. I have all these icons. I can't move. All right. What is the boy doing? And then your student would say he's vacuuming. All right. But that's not the word you want, right? Tidy doesn't mean vacuum. Tidy means clean. And so you want to elicit this word, pull out this word clean from your student by what is the boy doing? So when you're vacuuming, when you organize your bed, what are you doing to the room as a whole? You're cleaning the room or organizing the room, right? Tidy means to clean. It's another word for clean. Okay, so what is Danny doing here? He's tidying his room or he's cleaning his room. So instead of telling, all right, friends, tidy means clean, and moving on to next, go through the process, show them the glossary and this example sentence, have them listen and repeat.
My mother told me to tidy my room.
One friend, my mother told me to tidy my room. You may have to play it a few times. And so you're going to show them this glossary part because this right here, as you see, this is what they're doing on day one. In the writing page, they're asked to write the word 3 times and write the example sentence here. And so you want to show them this in class, in the presentation day. All right, now I'm going to move on to presentation 2, following the teacher's guide, which says to watch presentation 2 and ask your student these following questions. So let me show you the pages of teacher's guide. Oops, I need to go forward a lot more than that. Let's see. Here we go. Now I've just done presentation 1 and warm up. Now moving on to presentation 2. So we have given you the comprehension questions you can ask your students as well as the answer. So although the instruction mostly are in Korean, native teachers are still able to carry on and do the this online class. So Now I'm going to just go, I'll try not to add explanation and just teach. All right, friends, we're going to watch a video. Let's watch it.
Alice,
And listen carefully, because teacher will ask questions. I have all these dollars to give out. Okay.
Alice, come here, please.
I can't.
What are you doing? Are you playing computer games?
No, I'm tidying my room.
Okay then, Alice. Here are some cakes, Max.
All right. That was a funny video. Okay, friends, now let's talk about this. Who is she? Well, we know that that's Alice's mom now. Where is Alice's mom? Or where is she?
She's at
Okay.
home.
She's at home. Very good. I like that. She's at home. Which part in home? Remember, we learned different areas in a house? Or
She's downstairs.
she's downstairs. She's in the living room. Okay, so student will say, good job. She's downstairs. What does she have?
She has a cake.
Right, she has many cupcakes. That's right. So I want to, enough pausing. All right. Okay, so then what does she say to Alice? Do you remember?
Come here.
Okay, let's listen one more time.
Alice, come here, please.
Okay, so what does she say to Alice?
Come here, please.
You're so close. Okay, nice. So Alice, come here, please. Oh, all right. So then where is Alice? Alice here?
No.
Where is Alice?
Upstairs?
Okay, she?
She is upstairs?
Good. Now, can Alice come down?
No, she can't.
No, she can Alice come down?
No, she can't come down.
No. Right, no, she can't come down. Come down. Is she playing computer games?
No, she isn't.
Okay, let's watch it throughout one more time, okay? Because it was so long ago.
I can't.
What are you doing? Are you playing computer games?
No, I'm tidying my room.
Okay then, Alice. Here are some cakes, Max.
Okay, now, friends, is Alice playing computer games?
No, she is tidying her room.
Okay. No, that was my next question. Good job. No, she isn't. What is she doing? She's tidying her room. Good, good. Is friends, now, do you remember what is the name of the dog? This dog?
It's Max.
I think I heard the answer. His name is Max. Right. Okay. Good job for saying complete sentence. Does Max like cakes? What do you think? Does this dog like this? Does this dog like to eat cake?
Yes, he
Watch.
likes to eat cake.
How do you know?
He looks happy.
He's swaging his tail.
Good, good. How about Alice? Do you think Alice likes cakes too? What do you think? Shall we watch?
Okay then, Alice. Here are some cakes, Max.
Friends, what do you think? Does Alice like cakes too?
Yes, very much.
You think so? Oh, why? What makes you? Why do you think Alice likes cakes?
She runs down the stairs.
Right, she's running down so she can have the cakes before Max eats it all. Okay, so teacher, let me do a little add the explanation. These questions that we have given you in the teaching guide, let me compare this. If you go to presentation 4, it's the same, it's this video in a comic strip. Here's the dialogue. 1, 2, can you even say this is 2? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, really not much. But look at all the questions that we have given you. Of course, you can add more to this if you feel necessary that you get to for your students. But the idea is through these comprehension questions we have prepared for you and the ones that you'll be giving, you want to check their comprehension of the situation, what's happening, then have them recycle the target structures they have learned before. Where is she? Who is she? The possessive apostrophe S. What does she have? The has and have, the difference between has and have. The question is have, but you respond with has because it's third person. What does she say to Alice? Or can Alice come? And the complete response, yes, no, she can't. No, she can't come. These are all structures our students they've learned in the previous lessons and modules. The difference response of can Alice come? No, she can't. Is she playing computer games? No, she isn't. It's not just no, but you answer the second part, the complete answer, differently depending on the question. No, she can't. No, she isn't. Right? These are the things through this lesson, through the previewing of this lesson, these are the things you want to do with your class and spend the most time doing or presenting. Then you can go to, after doing these comprehension questions through P2, sometimes your student may still not get it. My first advice is play the audio, this video part, several times, or play it so your student can find the answer. But if that gets a little boring, then you can go to P2. It's the exact same video with subtitle.
What are you doing?
If you think reading it, saying out loud, will help them find the answer better, do it this way. If they still can't do it, you can also show them this picture and ask the question one more time. So we have given you this bit of flexibility. So this is why we have combined presentation 2, 3, 1 to one section here in the teaching guide. But depending on the level and lesson, the instructions will vary. So you do have to take a look. Okay. Prior to last year, since the end of last year, we have incorporated this recording function, accent trainer, so to speak, to the platform. So your student won't need to do it from their cell phone. And within P2, 3, 4, this is something you want to do with your student in class. because they need to do this on day 4. So friends, now let's listen and repeat. So you listen.
Alice, come here, please.
And then you record. Alice, come here, please. Then you stop and you have students listen to the recording that they have just done. Alice, come here, please. And then you move on to the next sentence and nominate a student to do so.
I can't.
Teachers, I'm going to play. And can one of you, some of you, or all of you say, I can't? I will count down. I'll count down, so when I say 1, then you can say I can't. 3, 2, 1.
I can't.
Turn.
I can't.
Nice. Okay, so then you do the recording for each bubble, speech bubble. You can have multiple students. It can be you versus teacher versus the student. And listen. Alex, come here, please.
I can't.
What are you
And
doing?
as you can see, whatever you don't record, you'll play the default. So student can do it by themselves as one being the mother, a student being the mother, and play the default audio for Alice, and then switch, record the Alice part, and listen to the default voice for mother. And so you can do this as many times as you want in the classroom. You can just click the bubble again and start all over in the recording. So do this part, and then you go to the grammar. When you come to the grammar, simply click and have student repeat at first. So friends, let's listen and repeat, or you can have them read along. Okay, so friends, let's listen and repeat. You have to do it right away.
Present progressive.
Present progressive.
I'm.
I am.
We're.
We are.
You're. There.
There.
ING.
ING. So who can read it? Present progressive. I am, we're, you're, they're reading. They are. ING. Then you repeat the same. Notice the target language that we want our student to understand, be able to write about, is in red. And that's where we put our focus in the grammar section here. So this grammar, your student has to listen to it 3 times. So you show them how to do it. Then you want to do grammar activities with your student. Here's a grammar instruction. You can repeat it like how you do in class with course book. Friends, teacher, right now, what am I doing? And I'll show them I'm drinking. Right, I'm drinking right now. Okay, and in the grammar section, we have highlighted, or we have put emphasis on the specific ability. And here in this lesson, we want your student to understand the present simple and present progressive. And so we have given this example instruction here. I eat hamburger versus I'm eating hamburger. Write those 2 sentences on the board and have student notice the difference between these sentences. And so I'll write these 2 on board. And so then when I ask student to notice what is the difference between this sentence and this, and if your student can't answer, then I will draw an underline to a specific part. I eat, I am eating. B-I-N-G, right? Have student notice those things, and then you highlight. And then I'll go back to the student and ask a student, like, let's see, I have this list right here. Jin, if you're still there. All right, maybe he's not. Pablo, I'm going to ask for your help again. Pablo, do you like, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Pablo, do you eat hamburgers?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. So you like to eat hamburgers, right? Are you eating hamburgers right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, but you like to eat. You can eat hamburgers, right?
Yes.
And so, yes. Perfect. So friends, you eat hamburger, right? McDonald's, Burger King, Downtowner, Shake Shack, right? You eat all those hamburgers, but right now, are you eating it? No. So ing, BING, what you're doing right now. I eat hamburger is fact, truth. And so you have student make sentences using present simple and present progressive. That's where we'd like for you to focus here. And so I will first demonstrate like, oh, friends, teacher, but I like to dance. I dance. I go dancing. I dance. But right now I'm not dancing, or I'm dancing right now. Or you can do affirmative sentence, positive affirmative sentences, or you can have your student make negative sentences as well. So you do this, for students like this, then you have in class like a activity. Then in the next page, which got cut off, if you have time, if you want, go over some activities that your student may struggle with, like grammar. From your experience with them, you know there are certain types of exercise activities that your student may struggle with. So I will spend the time going over that. One other thing your student will struggle that I've noticed is these pronunciation activities. We're giving them these sound clues. Here in this specific activity, it's the short vowel of A and long vowel of A. So here are the sounds.
Fat.
Okay.
Cake.
So, friends, here are two sounds. Now let's listen to this.
Hamster.
Hamster. Hamster. Is that close to fat cake or cake? Is it close to fat or cake? Listen to it again, and you want them to try to say it. This isn't a listening activity, it's pronunciation activity. And so you want them to say hamster, fat, cake, hamster, fat, cake. Short vowel, hamster, but if it was a long vowel, what would it sound like? Hamster? Right, no, it's not hamster, it's what?
Hamster.
Hamster, so it's the short vowel, the fat. How about this one?
Table.
Table, able, table. Is it close to this one or this one? And your student will say table, fat, cake, table. Okay, let's try with the fat at. Tablet? That just sounds really funny. Table, so it's a long vowel. So do it, a couple of them, not all of them, with the student. And when you move on to the next activity, it says that you won't be safe. Then you definitely want to do like I's, or usually this reading and putting in the right words. And activities J and K, because they need that blue activity book to choose. I don't have one with me, but your student in the activity book will do a short reading, like do a little passage reading. And with it, they have to decide which is the correct picture in according to that matches the reading. So if you notice, picture, this part right here are the same. This is also same. This is what's different, these pictures. And so then after reading it, your student will decide whether it's A or B. And so I will try to cover the grammar, pronunciation, and activities J and K in the class with the student, and that's 50 minutes, literally. if you do it like this. Follow the instruction. So if you're presenting the preview date like this, then your student will go home from Monday evening, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, regardless of whether your academy is doing 3 times a week or 5 times a week. Your student will do the online homework on top of the course book, workbook homework, grammar book homework, back to workbook. So it's on top of their online homework. And our estimation for our students doing homework is about an hour altogether. Excuse me, about 20 to 40 minutes doing online homework, another 20, if it's that long, 20 minutes doing the workbook or grammar books. If you're assigning your student to listen and watch things from student CD, that will take then an hour. So, 20 minutes, so an hour of homework. Then comes the Friday, we are going to wrap up a week. This wrapping up a week, we have given instructions to review the ELT skills. But when you become familiar with the program, you want to review the entire week. That is the idea. You want to wrap up the entire week. And here is the instruction for it. Because on day 4, our students are doing that writing output. At lower level, you're given instructions to take what they have done and do an in-class game activity. And we have given instructions and the rules you can do with them. But from the second half of level 3, your students will be doing this writing and taking that writing and do an in-class activity or class presentation. Soon as they come in, you wrap up a week by starting with the vocabulary test. The vocabulary test you'll do here, right, can be for the ELT skills only or the vocab words from grammar as well as top stars. And if you put all the words together that your student has learned that week, it can be anywhere from 20 to 30, depending on what kind of lesson. Okay, so you do a vocab test. We have made a vocab word test, a test like a sheet, but you use the one that you already do. You have the dictation sheet test you could do. We also have the test sheet for that. Many have asked, where's the question for the dictation and answer key for vocab and dictation sheet? We don't have it. You as a teacher, you will decide. Usually the dictation comes from the target language they have learned this week. For example, it can be anywhere from this video, the presentation video we've watched, right? It can be any of these sentences or any from the grammar, because they should know this target language. And so that it can be from a sentence. It can be a sentence from a course book or from grammar books, right? So you make that decision and you test it with give it to your students and correct it. You can probably correct it together as a class. Now, you can also check their homework in class. Not you can, you must. So when you get to the second part of this, the first instruction is that because this is a presentation lesson, you want your student to, you want to pair your students up and have them read each other's writing. And here's a hint for you. If they find a mistake or a spelling error from their friend, point that out and you give your student point for checking or finding them. And that will kind of do first proofreading for you. And then after that, you can go around the room, check their reading, at the same time, give your student time to memorize or practice this writing project. that they'll be presenting. Right, here's the instructions. Have your classmate read each other's, and then you have them come up front, present it, and you can videotape it, send it to the parents, or save it as an archive. So this will take about 30 minutes, whether this writing project presentation or whether it be in class activity. And you, in the remaining, the remaining time, you do cover one more time of the areas that you feel that your student will need. Now, when you're doing this presentation, after each student, I'll definitely throw some listening questions to your students so that they're listening. This may or may not happen, but there's that idea for you. You go over the vocabulary words or the grammar that's highlighted this week. For me, that will be, I will do this grammar activity. What are you doing? Tell me a fact yourself and whether you're doing that right now. So have students make those sentences, give them homework to write the vocabulary words, dictation they got wrong 3 times each in their 공책 or in their English skills book. So that will be, the wrap-up day will be another 30 minutes. Now, as I go around the country and meet with teachers for teacher training or meet with you through Zoom or phone calls, one of the questions I got a lot from teachers were, oh, I have hard time covering English skills day 1 to 4 on wrap-up day Friday. It takes a whole hour. Teachers, if you don't have time or if you do not correct their homework day 1, 2, 3 during the week, that will be the case. All right. But I feel, and many teachers, something I've suggested to teachers, to academies, were that spend Friday doing day 1, 2, 3, 4 together as a class. That still works, especially in the beginning. Your students are learning about the platform. You want them to become familiar, become comfortable with this new study habit. Then spending Friday going over it together, showing them what is the expectation, that was quite successful. It will help you with later on. And this is why, let me show you the PPT file one more time. Now, remember our day 4, we call it the application day. This is an example for level 3. The target language they have learned that week, we're having them write it out in their own words. This will require thinking, a lot of thinking and recalling, right? And when you get to higher levels, so here's an example of level 4, 5, 6, it's an essay writing. Yeah, and so your student will they need to think, and trying to correct all this in class will take time. So you can do it day 1, 2, 3, closed question, like there's an obvious answer. You can check it throughout the week and spend that time Friday just going over this, or go through it together in the beginning when you first start a level, to show the student the journey that we're taking them through English skill. How day 1, we're teaching them the new vocabulary words. Then day 2, on Tuesday, we're expanding on the grammar, do a grammar drilling. And day 3, in this writing or reading, there's all these grammar and vocabulary words that are mixed together. If we give them these word clues, are they able to create the sentence that are appropriate for the situation in a correct way? Okay, that's comprehension. They know how to use it, the correct usage and the grammar rules. Now, let's see if they can take it to their real life. Here, we have learned, what are you doing this weekend? Or so a lesson where they're doing adverbs of frequency is the target language. What are something that you do every day that you sometimes, your week schedule? What is something that you do every day, sometimes or never do, and write about that. So they're taking their reality and we're trying to connect their reality to the target language so that it becomes a real language of their own, in their own words. not just a subject to memorize. Yeah. 11. Okay, so after presenting, after you're doing a wrap-up, a lesson like this, okay, that's 1 week for you. But before you get to a wrap-up class, there's several things that you need to do online to make sure your students are doing the work that they need to do. And so where's the management page? I think that was in front. Oops, no, it's in the back. Okay. And so there are ways for you to manage and check your students' progress, and that is with the report. So let me show you with the platform right here. You go back to the teacher's page by clicking back to management. Now all the requests, unlock requests that your student sends will appear in this unlock request tab. And so you want to check this every day because your students are given instruction to do 3 online activities every day. 3, 3, 3, 2. And so they will appear like this. You approve or reject depending on the class policy. This one you definitely want to approve. Right now there's only 1 request, but if you have, let's say you manage 100 students a day and each of them sends you 3 or 2 unlock requests, and that will be 200 unlock requests you'll see. So you can approve or reject by student or by class or all the requests below certain percentage unlocked. So this must be done every day. We want you to look how students are doing. So you can do it individually or as a lump sum. Now you want to make sure your students have done the requests that you've unlocked, or excuse me, the activities that you have unlocked. So you use this filter right here to follow up. So you click on the unlock filter and completed filter. Give yourself about 10 seconds. There you go. And here it lists all the requests that you've received and taken action for. So if the status right here shows unlocked, the score in front of it was the score when you unlocked, when you first received it. Now, if the status says completed, the score in front means the new score. So
I'm sorry.
I think the PowerPoint is frozen. Your screen's frozen, sorry.
We can only see the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. I wasn't checking. All right. Oh.
Ah, thank you. I thought it's only me.
Let's do it again. My apologies. So when you checked, where was I? So unlock request. Let's do it again. All right, so when you first come to this unlock request page, all right, let's press F5, it will refresh. Okay, when you you log in and you come to the unlock request page, remember earlier when we sent unlock requests, they have done the activity, it was below 100, and so they have sent teachers the request. They will appear in this unlock request tab right here. Right now there's only 1, but if you manage like 50 students or 100 students, let's say each of them will send you 2 unlock requests that can be anywhere from 100 to 200. So you can unlock these requests by student and by percentage or by class percentage or as a whole together, okay? Or you can approve it individually. Now this, you have to do it every day. You have to check it every day to make sure your students are doing their homework and understanding that if it's below 100, they must do it again. Now, there's a way after approving them, you want to make sure they are doing the activities that you've unlocked. And so when you click on this unlocked and completed filter right here, it will load the, it will load all the requests that you've approved. And so now let's take a look at this. The status right here tells you whether it's still unlocked status, meaning you have unlocked for them and they haven't done it again. So you want to talk to one, right? Then now let me find status that says completed right here. Now the status says completed, and with it in front of it is their new score. So, all right, they've done it again and they got a good score. Good job, Mary. Now you will see sometimes, hopefully just a few times, not a lot. The second time they've done it and it's still 0. Teachers, the system doesn't let you unlock again for them to do it again for a higher score. This is it. This score will be permanent. And so it's a sign that you should be talking to Mary about these 2 activities and find out what and why she struggled with this. So it'll be a good way to follow up with the student, and it's a good it's an indicator that these students need extra attention, meaning you have to follow with it. So because this is a demo count, there's a lot of unlocked and uncompleted ones right here. Don't worry about these 2 things. You can see the answer keys I've shown you. Now let's go to the report. There are many reports here that you could do. You can use the main, I've highlighted in your LMS manual, the main ones that you'll be using is this detailed activities, detailed skills, skills overview. Those are the 3 main ones that I've noticed teacher use the most. So you click on this report, select the class, and you can check each individual student or do all of them together, and you select today, and you want to check last 2 weeks of work and click preview. Now, because this is a demo, I have to go back many years. And when you click preview, it will load all the activities, online activities that your student has done within the time period that you have set. So if you're doing the last 2 weeks, that should be 2 lessons, right? And so in order for this report to be accurate and be helpful to you, you want to train your students to do 3 activities on day 3 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, and 2 on Thursday. Now, if you look at this student right here, it tells you the activities, okay? If you only see activities D, E, F, and you don't see G to K, that means that your student has not done it in that time period. Yeah, so you would be contacting Irene, 이리 와봐. Today is Friday, but you haven't done day Wednesday and Thursday homework. Be sure to do it over the weekend, or you will stay behind next week. Some kind of a little bit of thread. It also tells you, this report also tells you when the student has done it, the date, as well as the score. Now, teachers, looking at this report, do you need to talk to the student? Do you need to have a conversation with the student? If so, for what? Would you be talking to this student? Like, would you call this student and have a little interview? What do you think, teachers? Here's a hint. Another hint. I think the hint is quite obvious, right? The score is low. J and K. Well, J and K, you need the activity book. So if their score is low like this, you should wonder and have a conversation with Irene. Hey, Irene, did you use the activity book to solve J and K? Also, the score is low. Jane, did you send me unlock request? I did not see it. Be sure to send me unlock request, and this is how you do it. And you may need to show them how to send unlock request. But Jane, more importantly, look at the dates right here. We're supposed to few a day, but this report tells you she has done everything in one day. So Irene, did I say Jane? Irene, this is Irene. Let me check. Yes, Irene. Irene, you're supposed to do how many a day? And I'll show them the English skills, study planner and study guide. How many? When are you supposed to do ABC? Monday night. DEF, Tuesday night. So you follow up and let them know this is the new expectation. You have to do a little every day. And so this report will give you that idea. You can show it to the students. Now this is this report, as you see in the title, it's a skills based. So it gives you a score on how student has done in the lesson by language skill. The previous one was activity and the score. Here it's the language skills per lesson. Loading. Come on. I need to finish by 12:30. Loading. Oh, should have clicked. So my apologies. So you, as you see here, lesson and language skill. There's a lot of academies use this report to send it to the parents at the end of the month, even number month, or quarterly. But for you, before your wrap-up day class, I highly invite you to take a look at this language skills overview report. Again, I'll do the last 2 weeks or even a month. When you click preview, it'll bring up summary of your entire class, how your students are doing by this specific language skills. And through this, you're able to know what are the strengths and weaknesses of your students. Intuitively, meaning your relationship with your student every day. You know, Irene struggles in your class the most, and Tony is really the smartest, as well as Sigrid. Haha. But this report tells you Sigrid and Susan has not finished. They have not finished their homework. But you look at the language skills here. Irene is struggling, but not with everything. She struggles with the grammar, pronunciation, and reading comprehension. Tony is bright, but he does have a weakness. And according to this, his weaknesses is in the listening. Susan, you need to follow up, make sure she does her homework, and she's struggling with listening as well. So intuitively, we know Irene struggles. So you'll be directing most of your questions to Irene or try to help her in this way, as many as possible. And that includes with listening questions, but you're wrong. You need to focus listening questions to Susan and Tony and grammar questions to Irene, right? And so this kind of report kind of gives you an idea, gives you real understanding of how your students are doing and how you can spend your time most efficiently, effectively with them. Now, I look at this, your academy's overview, and I'll be calling you and give you some ideas on how to best utilize the platform. And so that's what I see. But there's one more way to check up on your student, and that is by going to student's account, going back to the student's account. So you click on student's ID, it will take you back to the student's page, and you click on student's name, and it will give you an overall progress of your student right here. It tells you student's name, academy's name, when it was activated, what level they're doing it, as well as the class, how many activities, how close they are to finishing the entire level, as well as the students' language skill overall. And it also tells you which one they have done, how much they have done, right? Because if it doesn't appear, it means that they haven't done it. If you see this 0, it could be that they got 0 in the first time, or they haven't done the unlock request, then score appear as a 0. And so you'll be talking to Irene. Irene, look at this. Look at all these blanks, unfinished business we have right here. We're going to go up to module 11.7, unit 7 now, but I want you to finish each week. On the weekend, I want you to finish each unit on top of this, or every day, or however you need to follow up, right? You can also use this page to consult the parents. 어머님, parents, Irene is a great student. She's really bright, and she's really, she has a great communication skills. When I ask her this question, she responds with the correct grammar, but not necessarily correct complete sentence. Hence, her grammar scores are low. And so from this moment on, every week I'm going to give her that extra grammar exercises that I have to recap and build her sentence structure. And really, day 2 is that practice. So I'll invite her to, maybe I'll give her extra work on that. And so you're letting your parents know where the strength and weaknesses of your students and what you're doing to follow up, right? So everything I tell you is in the report, like LMS functions and how you can utilize the information you have on this LMS management for from teachers' account. Teachers, it's 12:28. Do you have any questions and concern that I can quickly answer? You do have my number, and you do have our office number. If you do not hesitate to give us a call. If not, thank you so much for your participation and your attendance today.